Hey everybody, Kevin Wagmaker here, instructional technology consultant. I just want to spend a little bit of time going over Microsoft Teams, some ways that you can access it, some ways that you can access it also in Canvas to set up your meetings. I want to be as brief as possible because I know that some of you have experience with it and others are new to it. So I'm also going to offer you opportunities to get training. Our time is limited, so I'm not going to spend time talking about all the other applications that are available, things like OneDrive, Outlook, SharePoint, and many other tools, Nearpod. Those items have all been made available to you, and if you have interest in pretty much any tool, let me know, and we will see about getting that in your hands. After we are done going over Teams, I'll come to you live and I will show you, I'll actually walk you through a survey, an instructional technology needs survey. So stay tuned for that. But let's just move right into Teams. First things first, Teams is available via the web, via the My Apps area, your sign-in area. Yours might look a little different than what you see here. Um, if it looks like how I had it before, all you have to do is click on the All Apps tab, and you'll actually see Teams as a tile right here. So this is the web version of Teams. I guess I should back it up one step further and let you know that Teams is a collaborative environment for file storage, virtual meetings, collaboration within your different courses. It's very easy for you to set up a team for your classes. All you have to do is access via the web. There's also the ability for you to access Teams via a Windows or OS X app for your MacBook. And you can also access via the mobile app on an iOS device or an Android using Google Play. We're going to join via the web, and you can see that when Teams opens up, my view might be different from what you may have seen when you accessed it. My view is in list view, so I see all of my different teams with their associated channels. Channels can be different groups. It could be different topics if you wanted to set it up this way. Like I said, this is in list view, and this is your area for communication. Just to change the view a bit, if you did have list view and you wanted to switch the view, that's very easy to do. Just go to grid view, and this might look more familiar to the rest of you. Okay, so you just click on the team that you want to access, and just like that, it will bring you into your team. You'll see your different channels. Now, in its most simplest form, there's a couple things that you need to know. The global navigation, like you see in Canvas, is very similar in Teams in location. You can chat with individuals, anybody that's associated with MCC, both students and instructors and other coworkers and things like that. Your notifications will show up here. Obviously, you see there's a notification there for a new chat as well. The assignment's saying something you're not going to pay attention to because we're not setting up these teams as classroom teams, and I'll get to that in a second. Your calendar, so if you schedule meetings for your class meetings, for your synchronous class meetings, you can go to the calendar, and from here you can create a new meeting. Now, the beautiful thing about creating a meeting in Teams, when you go to new meeting, if you've already set up a Teams or a team, you can schedule that meeting without having to invite all of your specific students. So do class meeting 1, and all you have to do is go to that channel, and we can see a list of all the teams that we are already a part of. You can see I'm a part of a ton of them. But let's say you're instructing CRIM 250. You could just go ahead and say, I'm going to meet in the general channel. Every student that's a part, or it's already been added to that team channel, will get an invite for this. Okay, and you can make this a reoccurring meeting as well, so that you don't have to go in and schedule meeting after meeting after meeting. It's a wonderful thing. When you're done, you just click send. I'm not going to actually do that because that would actually invite all of the members of that team to this. And I'm going to go ahead and close this out. But you would click send. Everybody in the class, students included, would get an invite to those meetings, whether they're a single meeting or a reoccurring meeting. So it's very easy for you to get these things scheduled. Another nice thing about that is if you do need to record it, it will be automatically available to all of the students within that course as well. You will not have to adjust the settings of the recording for that meeting. So that's scheduling a meeting. How do you actually create a team? You go back to the teams area, okay? And that's not going to quite do it, but we're going to have to click on all teams to bring us back to that area right there. We can see all our teams, and right up in the upper right-hand corner, you see you can click join or create. And you'll see a box to create a team. And you get 4 options. We recommend that you choose other. If you create a class team, you really don't need to use things like assignments and stuff like that. So it's just going to confuse your students. There's no need for that. Choose other. And then you're going to give it a team name. I recommend for the team name, you give it something like, and then maybe even fall 20. And I'd include the section number as well, so that we can be specific about trying to find teams and look up teams in the past and stuff like that. So go ahead and click next. And now you're ready to add members to your team. Now, I will tell you that our hope is that we have this process automated by fall. So if you want to have a team for your biology 101 class, all you have to do is let us know, and we will check a checkbox that gets that process running. But for now, it's still a manual process, and all you have to do from here is start typing in your roster. And you can see that as I start typing in a name, a list of names of available students and other MCC employees, users will show up. And all you have to do is select them, click add, and just like that, you have not only created your team, but you've added the members to your team. Very easy to do. Now, I mentioned that Canvas also has integration. Any instance of the rich content editor actually has gives you the ability to create a Teams meeting. So if you didn't want to go through the steps of creating a team and adding all your students to the team, basically, if you didn't want to use Teams for file storage, collaboration, sharing like that, meaning you just want to have some synchronous meetings, then you could use this Canvas integration with Teams, and that's pretty easy to get to. All that you're going to need to do is you're going to look at this little plug here in the edit mode, and you're going to find this rich content editor. You're going to find it in announcements. You're going to find it in assignments, discussions, quizzes. So you can schedule these meetings in any of those things. So I'm going to leave that up to you. I've seen a lot of instructors just schedule these meetings using an announcement. But I'm in an assignment right now, and so I'm going to click on this little plug, and that's going to bring up all of the different apps that are available, the integrated apps. And you're going to see a Microsoft Teams meeting as an option. If you click on that, it'll load, and that's going to bring up a scheduling assistant. It says that you're going to need to sign in, but that's not true. And from here, you can just click on Create Meeting Link and call it Class 1. Go ahead and schedule it whenever it is that this class meeting is going to take place. And you click Create. Now, what that's going to do is it's not going to send an invite to individual students. All it's going to do is create a link that will then go into your rich content text box area. Okay, so students are going to see this, and they're going to see this link, and they can click on it to join the meeting. The other downside to this is it's not going to automatically give students access to the recording. So when you can record a Teams meeting for students that can't join or want to review the material, and they can view it later on. If you do the meeting just using this method in Canvas, you're going to have to then go into Stream, where the videos automatically go after they're recorded. And you will have to make those videos available to your students. You can do that just by telling them to navigate to Stream, or you can actually go into the individual video once it's posted to Stream, and you can either add them specifically, the students that is, or you can check this box, which I already have this one checked. You can check this box, click Apply, and that will allow you to then take this web address and share it with your students. As Rob used this method, and as he told me, and all he did was take the video recording over to his modules area and post it as an external URL, just like that. And just like that, your students will have access to the recording. There it is. Make sure I publish it. And they'll be able to view it. Now, there's a whole lot of other uses. There's a whole lot of other ways that you can put Teams to use within your classrooms. That is the basics right there. I will tell you that I highly encourage you to hit me up for more training on Teams if you're unsure. Those of you that have put it to use, I've heard nothing but favorable responses in terms of how it's worked for them. I know that there's always going to be some hiccups with students getting access to it. That happens, but we're here to help you and your students work through that. So don't hesitate to reach out. Like I said, I'm gonna join you live now, and we're gonna do an instructional needs survey. And I also want to use this time to answer any questions that you have. I want to hear use cases Maybe some of you in the room that, or in the virtual room that have used Teams can share some insights of what works best, what to avoid, and we can keep moving this train forward. So let's chat.